Welcome to Biztech TV, and today we're going to discover all about Biztech, the organisation. I have with me the founder, Fredi Nonyelu. Fredi, how did Biztech start? What's the story behind the organisation?
Well, John, Biztech began over 10 years ago when a group of us small businesses, owners, practitioners, felt that we weren't really very well served by the public sector in terms of understanding the climate around us in terms of the provision of technology, advice and support. So we decided to come together and help ourselves, if you like, share and learn together, and really to start a bit of a cluster, if you like, of people who are developing innovation and technology around here.
So are you the only major organisation doing that right now?
Well, when we started, we were. We've gone through a few iterations of the idea, and today you might find other organizations doing parts of different things, but in terms of the mission that we have of linking technology providers to the education institutions around and really making sure there's collaboration and learning as a way of really driving innovation, I think we're still very unique in that mission.
And what's the membership made of in terms of types of people and businesses?
Okay, so we go from startups, one-man, two-man, three-man startups, consultants, people who are developers or senior, experienced consultants and advisors to businesses, to medium-sized companies that are well-established, 10 to 50 people, and to international businesses that have really got a Milton Keynes footprint. So in terms of people like the major accountancy, I won't mention them right here, but big accountancy, software tech company, for example. But and then also the universities, who are also key parts of our partners. So the Cranfields, the Open University, University of Bedfordshire, Milton Keynes College. These are the kind of core people, and of course we're open to the public sector in terms of being partners in supporting, for example, what we do in terms of science and engineering and technology, supporting the mission there in terms of skills provision, which is we know is a real big focus around the South East Midlands area.
So if I was a business and I was involved in some form of technology, what would be the benefits for me to join Biztech?
Okay, if you were involved in technology, the benefit for you would be first and foremost to have a network of peers. So it's a peer-to-peer forum, like-minded people who understand the kind of challenges and who have a network who might be able to help you to solve some of the questions you might be asking of yourself, first and foremost. And also to signpost you to the right support and partners, if you like, from the academic institutions around us that you might well be able to find yourself, but those things sometimes take time to find the right people with the right skill set at the right time with the right advice and the right solution. So we speed up that process and hopefully to give you that acceleration, if you like.
So often when they talk about maths geniuses, the brightest years are between the age of about 15 and 25. What are you doing to connect with the talent in Milton Keynes that is in that age band?
Wonderful question, John. Okay, so Biztech, we started a thing called our Science and Engineering and Technology program, which we have some of the major employers as partners, and we reach out to the schools, so the local schools and colleges, the sixth forms and the pre-sixth form, to really, first of all, to show them what it's like to work in our industry, so they have a chance to have a Q&A with each of us in like a speed dating format. And we run this event very successfully every year. We have over 150 people attending this year's event 2 weeks ago, and with growing support. So next year will be even bigger and better. And the employers love that because they get to, one, to showcase themselves in front of their future talent pipeline, and secondly, the young people get to actually understand what it is like and how exciting it can be to work in our industry. So that's one way we're doing that. The other way we're doing that is working with, for example, Milton Keynes College. There may be a slightly older age group potentially, but here they've just won government funding to create the first Institute of Technology here in Milton Keynes. I think it was a £25 million funding partner with some major companies like Microsoft as their partners. And Biztech is very much engaged with supporting that program and making sure that the provision of apprentices, allowing apprentices to come out from that program and have experience working for companies who are Biztech members.
So, looking at the last 10 years, what have been the biggest achievements for Biztech?
I would say our biggest achievement, one, has been to help the Bright Spark Awards, to make the Bright Spark Awards sustainable. So there are a number of awards around Milton Keynes, but there's nothing that's focused on recognizing technology and innovation in the digital sphere. And to be able to operate that and make that sustainable I think is something that we can be very proud of.
And we probably can't mention the names of the corporations because of legal and marketing reasons, but you have got engagement from some major international organisations to focus in supporting those awards.
Absolutely. So I can mention our sponsors. Alphas, who is our major sponsor this year. I should also mention City Labs, who work out of the Open University. They're one of the key award sponsors. And also the NatWest Accelerator, so we have a specific NatWest Accelerator award. So those are probably the ones that we can mention.
So let's look at the next 10 years, because I think Milton Keynes is poised for a dynamic growth, would you say? What sort of things are happening in this area that you think Biztech will be able to help engineer success with?
Well, that's a really good question, John. I think the council has a really important role to play in terms of the future strategy for Milton Keynes, and I think that the Director of Future Strategies at Milton Keynes Council is a great person to answer it from that perspective. But what I can point to are, take a look at what we have already here as a pointer to the future. We have here in Milton Keynes the Connected Places Catapult, which is the government's innovations centre of excellence, if you like, for mobility and transportation. So I expect to see there's a lot going on in terms of transport mobility around it, in terms of use of robots for delivery. There's Milton Keynes is one of the first places in the world to have that robot delivery, a home delivery program. There's a lot of work going on in terms of automated transport, and we have a potential to be to build an ecosystem of companies around that space. So what we have is potential, a lot of potential, and it's for our people companies and entrepreneurs to be aware of the potentials and to come up with the ideas and innovation to exploit that, so that this place then becomes what it can be, which is a real habitat for new ideas and new business models.
So finally, people watching this video might want to get engaged. What's your team like, and what's the best way for people to get engaged and support Biztech?
Well, we have a fantastic team of volunteers. So I'm a volunteer, and all the directors of Biztech are volunteers, and they come from consulting, from established companies, come from the universities, and they are really passionate about making this ecosystem work. And then we have a management team that does the actual delivery of our events, for example, like the Bright Spark Awards or our fantastic annual dinners, for example. So they do the delivery, and we're pleased to also have some great advisors. So we have an advisory board that also helps to make sure that we are addressing the kind of things that, hopefully with a wider horizon perspective, that are needed.
Okay, and you've got the website. That's probably the easiest place to get more information and join.
Yes. www.biztech.org.uk.
And those words should be appearing on the screen below us now. So, Fredi, thank you so much. That's been a really good insight into a fantastic organisation that we at the Video News Factory want to help support. So, great having you here.
And you too, John. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay.